of your psychic intellect and made you my puppet.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Boyd!
Sorry if I scared you. You'll like this bit.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, you will like this bit. Merry Easter, Happy Easter, one and all. I'm sorry, it's not my holiday. I'm not sure what the correct reading is, but Happy Easter. Oh, that reminds me. I have some wonderful Easter fare to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. I was in two minds about what to do with thumbnail, but I don't know. I kept coming up with, Millie Gibson and Nicola Bryant as bunny girls. I'm like, oh. I really did try and brainstorm. I'm not joking. I kept coming back to go, but is it as good as Millie Gibson and Nicola Bryant as bunny girls? And no idea I had was legitimately as good as that. So it's the obvious choice, but it's what we just have to go for. Sometimes you just have to go for the obvious choice. Okay, fine. Let me just send these pictures from my phone that I got. Insane, right? These are normal Easter pictures. At first, I thought they were like AI, like creepy Easter pictures, right? That's what. Then I realized, no, these are actually real, right? These are actually a thing. Here we go. Doink. Let's see if that works. Preparing. The ding, 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 ding. That's a good sign. Okay, so yeah, transferring over. Okay, 32 photos. Fine, we will get to that shortly. I've had many thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I have many thoughts that we must talk about. But yeah, what was I just talking about? What did I come and talking about? I can't remember. I got thrown off by the Easter talk. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to it, right? Maybe I'll come back to it. Who knows? Oh, dear, sorry, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde this evening. Oh, how are you doing, Jonathan Lee? Jordan Lee says, Marriott says to Disney, I drink your milkshake. Well, that really is the bottom line. At the end of the day, they're going to be, everything Disney's rolled out is going to be humiliatingly, just completely flop, right? And they can't really hide it anymore. It's not like 2016 or 2018, where we didn't expect them to buy large tracts of seats for Captain Marvel, right? That, do you remember, right, it was 2016 when it was like a weird, when people said, oh, you're being so weird, when they said, no, you just remake Last Jedi, just remake Episode 7. Just do it now. Forget it. Scrap it. Do over. Mulligan, nobody's going to care. Could you imagine how much better shape Star Wars would be in that? Man, they've destroyed it. They've really destroyed it. I think it's a somewhat of a meditated counter assault, right, on the natural vicissitudes of the market forces. I mean, it was really. I was just in a Nerdrotic video from about 3-4 days ago, or something like it was like maybe a week ago. I can't remember. Where he was basically saying how the Access Media had realized that the gig's up, right? That there were people decrying the lack of focus on diversity and inclusion on Me Too and things like that now, right? Because they weren't selling. So I think this is a very loud counter assault to reset the cultural balance. What do I think? I mean, like, the Star Wars shit. I mean, man, the Star Wars news is awful. Do I think the Doctor Who Jinx Monsoon news was coordinated somehow? I don't know. I'm not ruling that out, right? I'm not ruling that out. I remember people saying, when Captain Marvel came out, they were buying Disney were buying Traxxas seats to up the price, and there were people saying, "Oh, that's ridiculous." I'm like, I'm not so sure. I don't think it's ridiculous. I mean, let's say they spend, I don't know, 50 million on seat sales. They get what, 70-80% of that back, right? I mean, yeah, okay. So let's say they spent 50 million, so then they get back. They really spent 10 million. Okay, well that's not so bad. I bet the being able to say they got an extra 50 million worth of sales would get them much more views. People buying, going to see it, more than $10 million worth of people going to see it the second week than they would lose. I mean, like, right? They would they got to create if they create the illusion that something has success, right? Even though it's shit, people will go and see it the second week, right? Even though it's got bad word of mouth. Unless it's going to have really awful word of mouth. I mean, look, this Star Wars movie. How shit is it going to be? I mean, come on. It's like, it's focus group shit. It's Chewie, Rey, R2-D2, Grogu, and new probably female character, right? It sounds like such shit. You have to have somebody who has. You can't make these things. I was going to say you can't make them through algorithm, but I bet if you outright here, should I ask Chat? I bet if I asked Chat GPT to come up with a plot for a sequel to Return of the Jedi, it'll come up with something much better. Yeah, I mean, look, and I don't know where Rusty Davis' mind is at, right? It's really been a bad idea not being clear about Jinx Monsoon, right? What is Jinx Monsoon going to be? Essentially a drag character. Now, I'm trying to think. I mean, the problem is the context of 2023. The context of 2023 is that drag is being used to groom children, hypersexualized children, right? It's it's not a good thing going on, and I just don't think most people are going to go for it, right? I do not think parents are really going to go for it at all, right? And I just think they'll switch off. I think there's already a big awareness going on about this shit, right? And parents are all of a sudden like, wait, what? They really are. They're like, wait, what? No. So I think Russell's in for a really nasty shock, right? Because I think something like this could actually really kill the show stone dead. Or, I mean, people keep telling me that, here, I got some context for it, actually. Here, let me have a look. Let's have a look. Somebody actually sent me something. Where was it? Hang on, I'll go to my Twitter. Oh, I should have bookmarked it. It's from a while ago. Last week gave me a shout. That's very nice. Thank you. See, I'm just going back. I never look at my Twitter, right? I now am finally going back through it. What is it? Now I'm just seeing like weird stuff I totally missed. Okay, but here somebody actually sent me some. Here we go. Here we go. Now I know who it is. Fine. So somebody sent me some much needed background, or two people actually, but this was the first one on Jinx Monsoon. So which I think I should just like cut and paste this stuff whenever I see it, right? Into a file rather than wait, right? Because come on, where is it? Now, like first I was looking for the name of the guy. Where is it? Did I miss that? How? Now I'm trying to work out what group he posted it in. Oh, this is a nightmare. April 7th. Okay, what's the day is? 9th. Okay, so Sunday's the 9th. Saturday, 7th is Friday. Fine. If I go back before Friday, I've gone too far. My life. My life, mate. My life. Let me tell you. Oh. It's nothing but agita. Okay, wow. Okay, where am I now? No, okay, fine. I'm in the wrong group. Oh, okay. I don't think I could. Oh, maybe. Wait. Maybe he sent it to me as a message. That could be. Nah, don't see it there either. Fine, out. It's in one of these groups, right? It's in one of these like message groups. Oh God, life was so much easier when you just made a phone call, right? And then you write the message down. Julia called. Don't know what she wanted, right? That's what that life was better then. Life was totally better then. Okay, well. So maybe I missed it. I'm on Friday. No. I don't know. I wanted to bring you this. I thought, oh, it's right there. We'll totally find it. Maybe. Oh, I know what I'll do. Can I search? I'm such a boomer, right? I didn't even think about this. I can search the guy. Okay, fine. So now, copy. Go to messages. Paste. Oh, right. This says nothing. Look, there's definitely a message from him. Really? Okay, go on, one second. Let me go back. Okay, let me. Okay, on April 7th, right? He said he left me a message on April 7th. Oh God, this shouldn't be so hard. She cried. Fine. I'm going. Okay, I know he's in this group. I just saw him in the group I'm looking in now. So let me go back. Back. Wait, is that it? No. Okay, fine. Here's what this person said. Okay, he said, don't get me wrong. Jinx coming from Seattle is lefter than Bernie on the wrong side of every argument. Okay, but I refuse, and I really do. I absolutely refuse to moralize our political differences. Let's say we disagree on everything. I don't give a shit. That's not how I'm going to evaluate you as a human being, right? So I think this is okay. But big in capitalism, but he loves Doctor Who too much and is too talented to screw up the opportunity. Rusty Davies may be provocatively virtue signaling by casting, but if you want a chewing the scenery villain S or hero heroine, Jinx can do that with panache. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm uncomfortable with a drag character. Yes. I think in terms of drag, there can be erasure, right? Okay, in terms of children's orientated television, and I know there is a history of it with pantomime dames. I understand that, right? And it's with a lament because I think drag has been usurped by not such good people, all right, to acclimatize children to adult sexuality, right? I've seen too much video examples of that. I think anytime you have a male child, wearing heels and makeup and dancing in a provocative manner on any form of stage, I feel that's child sexual exploitation, right? I don't think that child can give reason consent to do that. Right, that's just my take. Yeah, I don't think if you can't give reasoned consent for sex, you can't give reasoned consent for that, right? Much the same with gender reassignment surgery. Again, I really want to reiterate: if you're a boy, right, and you have gender reassignment surgery, you will never have, as far as I understand it, you will never have sexual gratification, right? You will never experience sexual gratification. Now that's pretty darn heavy, right? It's I mean, because like they remove your dick essentially, which is where you have your feely bit, right? Which is one of the best bits. Anyway, and they make a kind of a pouch, so you can simulate having sex as a female, right? But you don't get any pleasure from that, right? You just get, sexual. So you're never, ever, ever going to be able to have a sexual, gratification, right? It's never going to happen. Now, I don't think anybody can ever give reasoned consent for that, right? And that would be the only reason I really vehemently would oppose Jinx, right? I mean, genuinely. Let me see. Now, somebody sent me a comment as well. I should have saved it. Let me see if I can find it. We'll do search. Should I say Jinx? Okay, hopefully it won't be that too many in. Fine. So this is, I think, a pro comment, right? Somebody commented on one of my video. Drag is many things. We don't need to make up our minds what it is, because it's not something that can be put in a box. Well, here's the thing. If it can be put in a box, which however broad it is, will include child sex exploitation, we need to. Okay, I need to make sure it's not in a box that includes that. Because if it can include that, that's a no-go. Then we're not. That's no, and I'm sure you would agree. And I'm sorry, it's not me that blurred the lines, right? It's not me that did like the drag story hour, right? It's not me that's having sexualized drag workshops and it's in shows to minors, right? I same way I wouldn't be on board with them watching porn either, right? I don't think it's a I mean, even like, okay, or go to a strip club where they keep their they have to keep their bottoms on, I believe. It's the a non-naked strip club, right? I'll be like, I wouldn't condone that either, right? It's or a stripper doing a strip show, keeping their clothes on, right? Keeping like little bits of their clothes on, right? I don't think that's right, right? I think we need to desexualize children. Or not, here's the thing. We were all kids. We all worked out how to have sex, okay? Like, nobody needed any help, right? I mean, we all needed help. But, like, we all kind of worked it out. We all needed help, but we all kind of worked it out. We don't need it. Look, all I'm saying is it's got to be safe, right? Safe for my children. And however, what is it? So it really is important to know what it is. Is it a sexual identity? Because then it gets put in a category. Is it really a sexual identity? Because it feels like it isn't, right? So yeah, you may not need to make up your mind, but I need to make up my mind because I have responsibilities for my children not to be sexualized, right? It's incredibly reductive to call it sex work. Well, yeah, that was actually the point, right? I was saying we need to define it because we could define it many ways, some of which you wouldn't like, right? When that's just one niche in an incredibly versatile art form and community, much like it is in any community, but I don't see nearly as many people losing their minds about that. Again, I would ask this person, if they have children, right? Because I don't want I don't want my children raped, right? I don't want my children sexualized, right? I think that's wrong. That's like I don't want anybody doing, right? If I may be so bold, right? It's yes, if I may be so bold, was it? I know I got another woke production, says Varys on Rumble. What does that mean? Blessed Easter for real Christians. Well, I think blessed Easter for everyone, I would say. I mean, like, I'm not As you may know, I'm not a Christian, but I wish you all yes, whatever the correct greeting is. I genuinely do wish that to my Christian brethren. Anyway, so yeah, so we're reading this comment right about it. So yeah, I mean that's really the mismatch, right? We need to be able to be. This is serious matter, right? This is you're messing with my kids, and no, right? I need to be. We need this is new territory, and we need to make sure it's safe. This is not 1976 Panto with Danny LaRue, okay? If you need some kind of reassurance, so there are many different types of drag queens, and Jinx is what is referred to as a comedy queen. So this actually is reassurance to me, right? Actually, it genuinely it is. Because I think Ralph C. Davis understands these nuances, even if I do not, right? And so he's saying, yeah, it's a what's it? It's a comedy queen, right? I understand that, but I look. There was a couple of drag queens that went on the Doctor Who. What was it again? Experience, not experience. The live interactive show thing that was shit. That closed. That had a mysterious water main water pipe burst. Like, oh dear, as you're losing money, right? Oh no, dang, we can't lose money anymore, and we got to collect the insurance. She's a comedian and an actor with lots of wit and talent. She's got a lot more than just man in a dress. Okay, with a smiley face. She was also absolute delight and no way a threat to society that people think that drag is. Well, again, up until recently, I wouldn't have argued with you, mate. I genuinely, right? I wouldn't have argued with you. But right now, it has been made. Maybe you don't know about it. I mean, look, that's the thing that amazed me. I had these cousins from something like that from. Nieces, nephews from, adult ones. They're from Washington, right? Who are really in the Beltway in the Washington circuit, and there's a couple of things they said that they just don't know shit. It's incredible, right? And it's shit that you go, well, if they don't know, maybe it's not true, right? And you go and look at like, what was it? A couple of things like he didn't even know about ballot harvesting. I'm like, well, that's the reason the Republicans got the majority in the in the House, right? Because the ballot harvesting operation they just started up then, which is now much more advanced. But he didn't know anything about that. Didn't know anything about Ashley Biden, the Ashley Biden who there is clearly enough evidence of an investigation if she was sexually abused by anybody, including her father, Joe Biden, right? Because her diary they found seemed to indicate it was. But when they actually found the diary, the person who tried to report it sent it in, they sent the FBI after them and intimidated them with lawsuits. I mean, that's somebody who they found in a halfway house who was mentally ill. They sent the FBI after them to intimidate them. Like, how disgusting, right? No idea about any of this, right? Just it's incredible. Right, I think blew my mind. I said, "Well, look, we can agree that Trump was bad for America." I mean, again, look, just reality is reality. All that world peace and money in that incredible country was kind of nice. I like that bit. I think most Americans did. I think most people did. Right. And like that's like as truth. It's so smacks you in the face. You can't get over. I mean, like now the adults come back in the room and they fucked up. Here's what Trump was. Trump is much more so. He is a threat to the agreed lie that the more educated are our betters. The expert class know what they're doing, and they don't. They're idiots. Look what they've done. Look what they've done to the world, right? Look what Trump did. Because he wasn't an expert. These experts are morons, right? And that's really what Trump was. He was something that demolished the myth of the expert class. Because the expert class, again, overeducated morons. So if you equate America to the Washington expert class, then yeah, he was bad for America. If you equate America to Americans, he's probably quite good. and by the way, anybody ever wants to come on and talk to me about it, I really don't know. I mean, I won't go as far as say he was the perfect president who did everything. He fucked up all the time. Like, all the time. He, like, Mr. Magooed his way through a lot of it, right? Wonderfully entertainingly, right? But he was generally speaking right about everything, right? It's been proved right about everything, right? When Germany laughed and said, oh, no, there's nothing wrong becoming reliant on Russian oil, Russian oil. Yeah, there was actually nothing wrong with it at the time, because I don't think America was trying to steal the Russian oil trade, which it is now, apparently. Anyway. Yeah, let's get back to this comment. I was wondering for Jinx when they announced this, because exactly this kind of response. Yeah, look, this needs to be contextualized, and we need to talk about this. And I'm sorry that drag has been used in these ways now, right? I really am sorry. I just go and look at libs of TikTok, right? Which is nothing doctored or edited about that, just reposting people's posts, right? It's shocking. It genuinely shocking, right? And that's why a lot of people think it's like some kind of con. It's not real, because it's so shocking and it so destroys, the not the leftists, because it's not leftists, but any belief in like the geopolitical system, right? It just does completely. And again, up until that, everything was groovy. Shouldn't have had Drag Queen Story Hour, right? That really wasn't good for your cause, right? That really, nobody gave a shit about anything until you started insisting it was for kids too, right? At that point, it was like, wait, what? And I showed a clip yesterday of this woman being screamed down and harassed by this mob. Apparently, she was a world-class swimmer speaking about women being erased from sports by transgenderism in sports, and being again harassed by this awful mob. Just like the most awful people in the world. Look, what can I tell you? It's not cut and dried, mate. That's what I wanted to tell you. So I was worried for Jinx when this was announced as personal rights, because of exactly the kind of response. People who clearly don't understand drag, making unnecessarily harsh judgments straight out of the gate. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And this has been rolled out atrociously, right? This has been rolled out absolutely atrociously. I agree with you, right? And again, I don't know. Anybody thinks like drag with any connotation to children nowadays is bad. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what Disney's telling you, but it's bad. People can just learn to have an open mind. Again, for God's sake, this is so tiring. We're talking about my kids. I'm sorry. Again, nobody cared until it brought kids into it. I mean, really, that is the absolute truth. No one gave a shit until, you had to involve my kids. Oops, where am I? Fine, let me share screen and we'll get to chat. Doink! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what a thumbnail. Yes. I'm sorry it's kind of so much a shooting, but I thought we needed the Angry Jody Bear in there because it's always worth taking the piss out of toxic fandom. Like, it's always like, when you look over and say, shall we take the piss out of toxic fandom? The answer's never no, right? It's never ever no. Mario says to Disney, I drink your milkshake. I love that movie. So I didn't know anything about Mario because I thought it was going to be shit. But apparently people are loving it, right? Good for them. Okay. Look, I feel like Disney is mounting a counter-offensive against the erasure of woke culture from from Hollywood, right? I think this is actually a calculate. They don't care about how it's going to negatively, how it's not going to work, right? They don't care about that, right? They don't care that it's going to. They care about making the atom right here, right now, right? That's what they care about, right? And they think, oh, I can make it work maybe because they're a sane narcissist, right? Like I'm sure that Alex Kurtzman, sees the success of Star Trek Picard and goes, oh look, that's how you make Star Trek. But he goes, oh look, the Star Trek fans have calmed down. Oh fine, I can make something now, and they won't be mad, right? Because he's such a narcissist. He can't conceive that what he's done is shit that nobody wants to watch, right? I'm sorry, what can I tell you? Rebirth, resurrection, chocolate, eggs, and bunnies was not to love. Listen, I have to tell you, I do look at Easter with a little bit of jealousy. You'll hear this in my video intros of the day, right? That I recorded today. Because chocolate eggs and chocolate bunnies are better than oh, God. Fine. Let me tell you, this is important, right? This is an important detour that we do need to make. Fine. Very important. Okay, let me actually write this down. Hang on. Okay, now we're at. Okay, fine. So here's like you probably didn't know about anything about Passover anyway, but you get to eat chocolate eggs and chocolate butter, and it's good, right? I used to love my Peter Davison Doctor Who Easter egg. Oh yes, no. Refreshing and yet with a pleasant open face, right? I would eat it with a wheezing, groaning noise. But anyway, wheezing, groaning noises is something that you absolutely do know if you're a religious Jewish person on Passover. We eat the whole point of Passover is you eat this thing. You do not eat a thing called leaven. Leaven is like anything that's with yeast in it that's been allowed to grow, to ferment or grow, right? So and basically it's an analogy to one's personal. How would you say arrogance, right? It's one's own self-importance, right? You take a week out of your own self-importance, right? And so your food stuff is all based around the thing called matzah, which is basically it's flour and water cooked so it's crispy within 18 minutes from the flour hitting the water, right? But like it's got to be completely cooked in under 18 minutes. So you have machine one, and for you also have hand one. Now, here's something you don't know though, right? And why? I don't know. And again, enjoy your chocolate fucking eggs, okay? You lucky bastard, because I'm on day 4 of Passover now, and it's not good, ladies and gentlemen. My stomach. I am farting up a storm, and these are and I don't know why. Right? Why the hell? I'll show what it looks like. You haven't seen. And we've had guests over, and it's not been easy, right? It's not been easy. This is what matzah looks like. Again, I show it every day. The machine one. So and you're never sure if there's a round in the chamber, so you're constantly going to the bathroom, right? You're constantly having a shit. Now, and so there is a commandment that if somebody wants to convert to Judaism, you should talk them out of that. I'm going to clip this video out, right, and say, listen, mate, you stick with your eggs. Take this one that knows, right? Rebirth, resurrection, delicious chocolate eggs and bunnies. Mate, I'm just going to clip this out to fulfill that commandment. Because I can tell you, there is a commotion going on in my underpants, right? And that's just the Passover magic, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Passover magic. Fine, let's get to the chat. I really wanted to tell you that before I forgot. I wanted to tell you that the other day, but then I realized. And then when did I remember? On the bathroom, as I was like having a farty diuretic shit, right? That right then. Nicola, Billy, how you doing, darling? Looking lovely. Trigger warning. The normative heterosexuality is sick. Yeah. Exactly. Right. You get some chicks and chicks with dicks, right? And you're all like, yeah, this is natural, stunning, and fucking brave. Yeah, a nice pair of tits, like, I don't know what to do. May I say, both photoshops are mwah, immaculate. If I do say so myself. Should have put a TARDIS in the background. Just thought that now. Never mind. We're going to look at Once and Future, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to look at Picard. A bit of a so-so week. I tell you, it was a bottle episode, I think, in my humble opinion. And Mandalorian. I didn't mind bits of it. I just like Mandalorian, but boy, most people didn't. I think that's fair to say. Most people didn't. Fine. But yeah, Disney is. I think this is genuinely a counter assault against the market forces, which is wiping out wokeism. Right. I think this is an absolute direct counter assault. Which, okay, fine. Stretch it out as long as you want, darling. Right? It's gonna go down sooner or later. Whatever. Destroy Star Wars some more. It's like, what? Yeah, okay. I'm enjoying Mandalorian for now. Man, Ahsoka looks like it's gonna be shit though. God. Fine, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. Who up to? Just like Dr. Woke to no one's going to be watching after David Tennant's con again. I hope you're wrong, mate. Soda Engines. I do hope you're wrong, but you could well be right. You could well easily be right. Philip Bogart is here. How you doing, Philip Bogart? There you go. What else we got there? I have an idea. How about making a Doctor instead of sexualizing entertainment on a pantomime? Just a thought. Crazy. I don't know. It's on brand. Oh, but Father Miller's here. I've been meaning to say hello. Happy Easter to you, sir. Happy Passover. I was going to send you a tweet, but I forgot. I was going to do, but happy Passover. Happy Passover too. Happy Easter. Merry Easter. No, I think Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Happy Easter sounds right. Right. Happy Easter sounds right. He is risen. Right. I do like Easter. It's a good holiday, right? Because you got like that real darkness of Good Friday when looks like the Lord and Savior's brown bread, right? It looks like he's not making it, and then boom, he is risen, right? It's a very optimistic. I do like it, right? And it really fits I think it fits the energy of the time, which is right, renewal, right? It's good. Anyway, Petey Richards here. Is this the alien hybrid who caused so much trouble for the Jewish people return so not to annoy the people of Earth anymore? If only. Again, the Jewish people right now are stricken with bloated tummies. Let me tell you, it's not going well. If you mean rabbits having fine, that would be pagan. Yes, I know, but yeah, listen, so's Christmas trees, and they're also awesome. Yeah, listen, don't. I remember, man, my what was it? My wife was bitching at it's either me or somebody else, and they were talked around to them, and I was agreeing. Let's say it was me, and I was agreeing, right? And she was still bitching. I'm like, normally when somebody starts agreeing, when somebody agrees with me, I don't continue bitching, and then I shut up. And it's like, oh yeah. I said, but then I said, oh wait a minute, let me just rephrase that. I imagine if that ever happened, I would just shut up. I have never experienced it, but if I do, I'll let you all know. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. The only reason that Jekyll and Hyde has been politicized, no, I don't think it's just a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's purposeful, right? But I think Russell Davis, if he's hiring him as a drag actor, is because the insane mind virus has got to him. Like it's got to so many people of good sound mind. Otherwise, I think that grooming is stunning and brave. It's not, mate. It's not. Let's just smell the coffee there, right? Smell the coffee. Disaster is here. How you doing? Speaking of disaster, I always think of my youngest son, who's actually not a disaster anymore. So he got called into the army because it's all it always happens every Ramadan and Passover. Arabs start firing rockets, although they are having like a Dr. Evil conference right now in Iran. Like, it really is. Like, it's like Nasrallah, and it's like, it really is like an Austin Powers thing about what shall we do with the Jews. It feels like things are about to kick off. Anyway, so he was called in over Sabbath, and what he had to do was they said, "Okay, get your tank ready for combat." He's like, "Oh, okay, then fine." And they do have to load everything up. And okay, my son wants to order some LEDs for his tank on from what's it called again? From AliExpress. Right, yeah, put Maccabi Haifa things up. That's his football team, right? So he, so yeah, you got to get your tank all ready to go. And then they said, "No, forget it. You don't go anywhere." So I was like, "Really? That's so painting." I said, "Yeah, no, I got friends though who they actually went into Lebanon and they're just sitting in the tank poured out of their mind now, right? They can't move, they can't do anything." So, but he just came home. We're going to, I think I was going to say, Bobby D75 is there. I was just trying to think. Yes, I was trying to say hello to people. Bobby D75 is there. I think I said, Darren M, I said hello to you, but how are you? How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Callus Curtis calls him Jewish. Listen, we got Harvey. We got a lot of pies and faces, mate. Right, we got Harvey Weinstein. Right, we got. I mean, we got Adam Schiff. How embarrassing! We got what's his name? The DOJ. No, it's the Department of Justice. We got. I mean, whoever it is, I can't remember. The guy's pure evil. Chocolate eggs and bunnies will be on sale after Passover. Yeah, well, yeah, that's why we like them, right? But they're good. They don't want to do anything but bottle episodes. Dr. Evil conference around, is Klaus Schwab there too? Probably. Dun 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 dun. I mean, that's really as they walk in. Is these dun 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 dun. Fine. Let's have a look at some news. And then we'll get into. All right, maybe we'll do Mando first. I the hatred people have for this Mandalorian is it can't even be measured, right? I mean, like it's okay, girls. I'll see you soon. Okay, Buck, don't worry. You go to my special thumbnail file, the one where all the thumbnails are stuck together. But why, Rabbi? Why? Science, darling. Science. Don't argue with me. Fine. What we got here? Anything new? Doctor Who can carry a tune. Looking back at epic. No, that was awful. That epic musical one. What we got here? Doctor Who sent. Oh yeah, I saw that. We might read that article. Looked reasonably stupid. Still haven't listened to Return of JoJo's. Not even near. No, I think the next thing I'm going to listen to is I got to finish listening to Stephen Noonan's first Doctor one. Oh yeah, I was like, oh look, they made such a big deal about David Tennant going to be in as that piece of shit, Ahsoka Tano. He's playing a droid. I'm like, oh fuck off! It's not being in something, for God's sake. I'm like, hello, I'm David Tennant. Who gives a shit? Here, do I still have the trailer? Let's see if we can find his bit. David Tennant, who gives a shit? That was actually his audition. Where is it? Here, Ahsoka Tano. Doink. This whole trailer is shit. It really is. Oh look. Oh wait. Although I like this. Ray Stevenson is.
We have to prepare for the worst.
I'm not saying because he's got an orange lightsaber, he's not totally Sith or something. It was the Outcast Rebel. Oh, I think it wasn't over here. I mean, they're heavy on the. Where is it?
Time to begin again.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
I mean, fuck off. That's even like treated heavily right? That is not a big deal. Oh, this is like shit. Jon Favreau, you have been bad. We must spank you now. I mean, obviously not literally, unless you're into that sort of thing. Fans go wild as Doctor Who star David Tennant lands in Star Wars. We don't give a shit. Out magazine. See, this is the problem. Out magazine. Doctor Who cast 2-time Drag Race winner Jinx Monsoon, and it's going to be fabulous. I mean, it's going to be fabulous, but So saying David Bradley wants to be the first Doctor again. He looks like he's ready to suck Big Finish's cock. I mean, come on. Actually, I wouldn't mind reading this article too. Time War secretly began with the 7th Doctor. And we might look at that, actually. We might look that actually intrigues. I like the 7th Doctor. I do like the 7th Doctor. Fine. Yeah, there's nothing going on. Let's have a look at Bounding in the Comics. I don't think there's anything new going on. The face of evil. Fuck me. Yeah, no, Jonathan doesn't do anything new on Sundays. He's quite stop. Back to whence thou came, Hellspawn. Disney announcing more uninspired content. Yes, I think that's a very accurate headline, right? It's a very accurate headline. Yeah, actually, also, I just saw this thing with Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I think the current complete decline of American society really, you can really date it back to, right? I think, for me anyway, I think it was a flashpoint. It was all the pedophile scandals with the Catholic Church in the 90s, right? Which I think were probably a little bit overblown. I mean, not they were overblown. I mean, they really happened, obviously. But, apparently in context, there are, much more pedophiles in the teaching world. For example, it's okay, fine. Who knew? But I think, that mixed with Clinton's blowjob in the Oval Office from Monica Lewinsky, I think that that was really something that began this complete cultural collapse, right? Because once people look again, a lot of the reporting about that stuff and this, I think, was designed to hurt the church. I think it did hurt the church, right? But more than pedophilia, the closing of ranks, right? Which you get that in Judaism too. Don't get me wrong. Bloody hell, they're also bloody dirty. I don't want to tell you, mate. But yeah, I think that was very, very damaging. And I think that really led to this cultural collapse that we're in. I think it's a fair thing to call it, cultural collapse. Again, when we can't decide, what when we're both claiming something is when you're claiming something is super moral, it's immoral not to take kids to drag shows, and I say it's immoral to take kids to drag shows. That's a complete social fracture, right? I mean, and we need to be able to talk about it, mate. We just need to be able to talk about it, right? It's a bleeding full, so nothing new going on there. That's the other side as well. There's bleeding full cosmic book news. Let's have a quick look. Cosmic book news. Now, I don't think the Jinx Monsoon stuff I think it went down far worse than they thought, right? The Star Wars stuff. Mandalorian, and again, I quite like Mandalorian. So I think James Mangold's doing the Dawn of the Jedi and Swamp Thing, but and the Mandalorian complete trash. Dawson Racing's tank. Again, it's when we get to it, we'll get to it. Right? Who wants to see more Rey? Would he piss off? It's just the most stupid thing in the whole world, right? It really is. Here's the one in the blue Santa Claus outfit. Nobody you want to know. Nobody you should let loose with a priceless flute. And I'm not talking in code. Fine. Let's get started with do a bit Picard, right? We'll do a bit Picard. There we go. Share screen. I mean, because at least Picard wasn't bad. Was it bad? It wasn't a great week for Picard. Let's be honest. Again, don't do drugs, kids. But if you do, if you get super duper high, this is awesome. Da 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 da. Okay, so one of the reasons I didn't like this episode, they unceremoniously got rid of one of the best villains since Karn, right? A Karn level scenery chewing villain. Another reason I didn't like it, it ended on the cliffhanger. She was going to reveal Jack Crusher, all of Jack Crusher's secrets, and this one ended on the cliffhanger. We're going to get all of Jack Crusher's secrets, right? So fuck off. Okay, shit will get to the bottom. So we got Vadic is in charge, is in control of Titan, and she's brilliant. I mean, again, I love this villain, absolutely fantastic villain, and I like that she smokes. I don't get that she smokes, and I like that she smokes. And so she's like basically torturing the crew. And she says, "Now I'm going to turn the lights off." And she sends the people after them to shoot, go pew pew pew, and you can hear them go in the background. She's like, play with her fingers again. Being a genuinely very good villain, right? Unhinged, resourceful, and they can't break in. Access denied. So Jack Crusher's like, oh wait a minute, I can like do my fiery iris thing, and I can transfer to other people. And I can see what's going on right outside. So he goes to have a look, transfers the guy, and then he gets shot. They're like, they're killing everyone, right? So basically, most of the crew is doing this, like, oh, fuck me! Oh, God, we're all going to die. There's 12 people in here. Or whatever it is. And you go, pew, 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 right? Georgie Fall's daughter, still looking very hot. Well done there, LeVar Burton. Meanwhile, she's like, who am I going to kill first? Baddie. To you, oh, great, hot. Surrender. Fine. So, meanwhile, I can't remember. We got Riker and Troy. They're on a set, and they filling up some time in between being tortured, having, having a bit of nice character moments. She was like, we need to give this cocksucker up, right? We need to get the Jack guy up, otherwise we're all going to die. And she's like, no, you're making sense. We're not happy about it. Like, this is not good. He's like, I want to give myself up. Says, well, I could use my eye glowy thing maybe to take something. I'll do my eye glowy thing then. I'll take over this Bajoran dude, right? And he'll enter a code in. But no, they caught him just in time. No, they can't break in, right? He's like, oh, so it says, now I'm going to execute someone. I'm going to do it every 10 minutes. Again, great fucking villain scene, right? Awesome. This was all very good. Where she goes and intimidates the crew. So, what's your name? She's like, I'm going to die. And he's like, oh, shit, I'm going to piss myself. No. And so he talks to Bajoran, and they're going to put the gun to the back of his head, then to her head. And I do like these new phases, by the way. And why does Jack have an original series phase? That really is quite a question. She's like, fuck me, I'm going to die. But then she kills my favorite Vulcan, the bald Vulcan. Why is she bald? I don't know. I kind of like that she was bald. Right? Bush gone. No. Oh, I feel for you, John Luke. I do. Right? Meanwhile, Roy Triker, I said, well, at least you got to see Riker charm one more time. Yeah, and they I don't know. Again, good character moment. Then this foot soldier comes to get them, and a big knife goes through him. And Wolf's there to save him. Da 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 da. Ding ding ding. Yeah, no, I like a bit of Wolf. And she's like, "Wolf!" And she says, "Look, I am entitled to personal space." Great little scene where they notice when he talks about how he really digs her. Right? He's like, part of my personal transformation has become because of you. I love you so much. He's like, well, this is creepy. And I like they acknowledge. He's like, fine, I gotta give myself up. Meanwhile, they say Data can crack the whatever it is to get into the bridge, and like, all we gotta do is save him. So they get to Data, and they just make sure, hi, we're all the same people. Lots of next-gen people together. There's Data. Data and Law's in there together. If we let the barrier down, Law may consume Data, right? So then we have, this seems to be quite kind of obvious to me. This good confrontation between Data and Law, which was also a good. This was actually, I think, a good Data moment, right? Where he's going through his memories and stuff that we know, and Law's like, I'm going to kill you, brother. That you had all the advantages. You were in Starfleet. I had to fight for everything. He said that's true, and so he's like, I don't need your pity. So he then starts taking his memories, right, and taking Data bit by bit. Meanwhile, she's in it, and they got Picard's body, and I don't know, bloody well, it was for some reason. And then Troy's there as well. Riker, and they all look very concerned about something. And they possibly have the Coke ship nearby. They're about to execute the next guy, and the turbo's coming, and in comes Jack Crusher, who says, aha! I got a thermal detonator in the wacky thermal detonator. Just like that, probably. Just like that. Which was a Star Wars reference. Meanwhile, the battle for supremacy of this unit goes on, and Laws is creaming Data, taking each one of his memories one by one. Hey, do you remember that? Yeah, I fucked her when she was hot. And let me tell you, she was super drunk and really into it. I like the clothes she was wearing, and I liked them better when they came off. Yes, that was a good memory. To tell you, good memory for me as well. And he's taking every bit of Data, not doing well, and he's like, we'll all die if you touch me. I got the thermal detonator. And they put everybody into the ready room. But Seven says, no, I'm going to stay with you, right? And it's like, okay, big confrontation time, right? You're coming with me or something. I can't remember. But again, great villain. He says, you've come with me, and you can find out what's behind the red door. Again, she knows how he can transfer to other people and things like that. Meanwhile, Law is consuming Data, right? And now, you see a bit of Spot. Who loves a bit of Spot? Everybody loves a bit of Spot. And he's like, this animal taught me empathy. And yeah, actually, I really like seeing Spot. I have to tell you. And that was like the last bit of Data. Then Data is consumed completely, and Law triumphant. Dun dun dun. But then, as he's consumed all the memories, he's essentially become Data, right? And he, because he basically saying a man is an amalgam of his memories, and now he says all the positive memories and the positivity of being in Starfleet and all that stuff. Now this is something that Law's always craved. So Law is encompassed into him, and Data's back. We knew he'll be back, Captain. Yes, and so now it's Data with Brett Spiner playing his natural age, without as much makeup. Right? Bingo. Brett Spiner's very happy with this, and so he unlocks the bridge. As they do so, Raffi takes on some changelings, and they put a little bubble up like that, and they're doing that. The wolves killing more changelings, and then Picard triumphantly opens up the emergency window or something on the bridge and vents them into space. And like, I thought, she'll survive this. No, She just like crumples up and like, oh, maybe that was just he thought her. No problem. No. Oh, fuck me, she's gone. What? No. Fuck. Oh. You know, I'm really kind of bummed out. Right? Oh, it also fucking solids. Yeah, that's her last line. Like, she was too good a villain for that death, frankly. Right? It really was too good a villain for that death. I'm really somewhat miffed about it. Right? I cannot tell a lie. I'm genuinely kind of miffed about this. Right? It's one of the first bits of really naff writing that we've had so far, right? But okay, what can you do? Yeah, no, looks like she's gone. Okay, now Shaw's back, and we basically get a finale, right? Like a triumphant movie. So yeah, you get a feeling that this section of the movie is over, and they blow up the Sharik and they kill all the changelings. And everybody gets back, and so there's a darkness on the ship, though. Talking about Jack. So quickly, let's get to the ready room so we can all sit around the table together. And they're all happy to see each other. And again, it feels like an epilogue, right? As they go, basically, okay, so what are we doing next episode? Well, we'll sit around the table a bit more. And this is kind of nice, but we need to work out what to do with Federation Day or whatever, unification, whatever piece of shit, whatever it is, right? And by the way, looks a bit hotter now, in my estimation. I would say Beverly. Old age suits her. So yeah, we must find out what they're doing, our plan. How do we do it? I said, well, we have to look into the darkness in the ship. So she's going to say, okay, you have to talk to Jack Crusher. So now we get up to where we ended up last episode, where she's going to betazoid Jack Crusher and say, take me there. And so she's going to find out who he is and kind of mind meld. And they're like, now let's go to the door. Go to the door together. What's by the door? Ah! Okay. Oh, So yeah, they should have not killed off Attic and done one fewer episode, in my estimation. Right? It was a it's not a real mind meld, Lottie. Lottie's here, by the way. You know, it's we didn't really get anywhere this episode. And look, if this was any other Star Trek series, right, it wouldn't really matter. But this one's been spot on every step of the way, right? Right, it really has been spot on every step of the way. This one is a serious 5, better than anything. Better than anything in season 1 and 2 of Picard, or 1, 2, 3, 4, however many fucking ones it is of Discovery, and all the lower deck. They're better than everything they've done, and it's not very good, right? That gives you just I think that gives you a fair rating of the state of Star Trek today. A reasonably fair rating. Fine. So it looks like we're in. The final 2 parts are going to be a big action adventure, 2-part movie thingy, wrapping everything up. Okay. I'm very much hoping it's going to pick up speed again, right? I'm very much hoping it's going to pick up speed. You know, it's funny. We just had because it's Passover. You do the thing called Seder, right? Which you sit around and you tell. There's this specific story of like the Exodus, but there's this bit of song in it called Dayenu, right? It said, if God, just took us out of Egypt but didn't take us through the Dead Sea, it would have been enough. It would have been enough. He took us out of Egypt and through the Dead Sea, but didn't smite the Egyptians. It would have been enough. Go each step. I have to say, the 7 weeks of perfect Star Trek I've had, even if it doesn't stick the landing, I'm very grateful for it. I think it probably will stick the landing, but I am genuinely very, very, very grateful for it. Fine. What should we do next? Quick look. Did I have anything? Do I have anything downloaded that we're supposed to see? Oh yes, yes. This is what we need to do next. I promised you it's a Easter Carnival, Easter Parade. Here it comes. I saw this on Twitter. I genuinely thought these were AI pictures before, and they still might be, right? I don't know. They're too bloody bonkers, right? I can't get my head around them. Oh, okay, fine. There we go. Share screen. Share screen. There you go. Doink. Like, what does this even mean? Is this real or is this AI? This is too bizarre. I don't understand. Like, what? What's with the expression? Again, this looks like it's AI, right? This is too weird. It's only type in like 1970s robot bunny Easter picture. Oh, something like that. I don't know. Maybe these are AI because I don't know. Like, what could they possibly be if they're not? I don't understand. And they all got like maybe retro robo bunny. I get a retro robo bunny, maybe. These are so weird. These are all just weird, okay? Everything about this is strange. I like the expressions on everybody's faces. I mean, okay, if you're not gonna have nightmares, you will now. Space bunny, maybe? What do you think this could be? It looks so crazy. What else we got? We got a bunch more. This goes on forever, right? This goes on forever. Again, I love the very serious expressions people have. PD Rich is AI. PD Rich must know. But like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Okay. So this is has been the weirdest Easter parade ever. The helmets from Battlestar Galactica. That's okay. This has been the weirdest parade ever. I hope you enjoyed that. What else do I have? I thought I had a bunch of stuff. We could do that. Yeah, let's do that. Where is it? Yeah, doink. So let's have a look at Once and Futures coming out in about under a month now, right? Under a month here. Let's go over here. Doink. Share screen. Yeah, we don't use Vortex enough as a source material. I guess because there's a lot in it. I'm not really interested in whatever it is. David anything. Bloody hell. Somebody pointed out, by the way, Don Martin on his Twitter oscillates between being broke and homeless and being at every convention, right? So, like, which is it, mate? Which is it? Dark Season. Yeah, I'm not really interested in Dark Season. I'm glad Russell's happy, though. You enjoy it, mate. You all enjoy it. Here we go. Blast one. So, this is this looking better or worse? I mean, I like all the ingredients apart from Kate Lethbridge Stewart. I've really gone off Kate Lethbridge Stewart ever since we heard about the unit spin-off. I'm like, oh fuck me, no, leave me alone. Can it really be 60 years since Doctor Who first began on our television screens? It's 50. It's 50th birthday of the 3 Doctors. The 5 Doctors marking its 40th anniversary. Dimension and Time is now 30. Oh God, help us! And from a Big Finish audio perspective, unbelievably, Zagreus, number 50 in the monthly adventures, will be 20 years old. Man, that's not a very good one with Zagreus. And it's been a decade since The Light at the End. Light at the End was very good, I have to say. I did like that. Big Finish contribution to the Doctor Who's Diamond Anniversary. What, you don't mean Doomsday is just it? Are you doing some more? Really? Who'd have thought? Gets underway next month as Once and Future, a special 8-part series begins with 1 story release a month between now and October, with the concluding final chapter to follow in 2024. It must have something to do with what we're going to be seeing in the 6th anniversary and the Christmas special, right? It's got to have something to do with that, right? That's why it's in 2024. Or as we know, the marketing special occasion, as we all know, marketing special occasions and arranging celebrations takes a long time to do. Producer David Richards started thinking about this milestone 4 years ago, making the anniversary story unique, an own special hook. Well, you know, it's like 5 Doctors. You just mash everything up together, right? It's like, you know, okay, just do it so it's not shit, right? Like the end was very good for that reason. And Once in Future, there's a twist. David tells Vortex, I've been traveling back through correspondence trying to find when this first germ of anniversary came to mind. It was 2019 when I emailed producers Jason A. Gallery and Nicholas Briggs saying, the 60th anniversary will be here before you know it. It's 4 years away, but we all need time to make something huge. It's going to be huge. They're coming from China. It's going to be huge. And I pitched them the idea of a Doctor Who being injured in the Time War and his body degenerating, flipping back through his various incarnations. I felt that with numerous multiple Doctor stories already under our belt, it wouldn't feel special to do just a straight multi-Doctor story. I tend to agree with you there, actually, and their multi-Doctor stories are pretty good, but I tend to agree with you there. And they do a lot of interesting stuff of like going stories. They have like 3 story linked sets with different Doctors, which that was actually quite good. They got a few of those actually. They're all pretty good. There we go. Yeah, so they want to do something a little different. I need different programs and still within including as many incarnations of the Doctor. Things that have evolved as time has passed, including the chance to use 2 Doctors from the 21st Century series. David was saying for a long time this was going to be a 6-release miniseries, but then what grew was the Doctors joined more Doctors joined Big Finish. Who could have dreamt that we would get both Chris Eccleston and David Tennant in our 6th anniversary special? That's pretty darn cool. I do agree with them, right? Once the Future has long been in gestation. The recording has spanned the whole run of COVID-19 pandemic. The first sessions were concluded remotely at the height of lockdown, and then we moved into a hybrid recordings as things opened up. And by the very end of recording, which was February 1st, 2023, it was an entirely studio affair. I tell you, that whole lockdown shit, I don't know. Do you find it like kind of fading away already? Like how fucking weird that was, right? Oh, man. I don't know. Weird times, mate. Weird times. Where are we up to? Fine. So it's been a massive story to put together with the backdrop of a major event. I do hope the listeners will enjoy it. Well, I listen. I think we enjoy scope, right? I think scope is a pretty darn good thing, right? Normally speaking. As David says, our little chats about Once and Future began in 2019, But when he first talks about what Big Finish could do for the 60th anniversary, David had this idea where the Doctor is somehow slipping between bodies during the course of these adventures, so we could set up a mystery. Okay, so writer Robert Valentine, who gets a lot of shit, by the way, because the H.P. Lovecraft story, I think, I have it on reasonably good authority. The things people don't like about the story were shoehorned in by the BBC. That is my guess, my word, and the word on the street. Right, Robin Valentine kicks everything with Past Lives, which is set in the midst of the Time War. The Doctor is found. There we go. Found on the battlefield. He manages to get to the TARDIS, setting off to find out what happened to him. So the Doctor has been injured, and his body glows with energy. But this is no regeneration into a future form. Instead, the Doctor's past lives faces begin to appear as he flits haphazardly between incarnations. Look, they played around this idea in comic books more than once, right? Funhouse was a good example of it. Was it Alan, Steve Parkhouse, John Ridgway in the art? Gorgeous, right? Absolutely gorgeous page where the Doctor's like running through the TARDIS, degenerating as he goes. It's just a beautiful piece of artwork. Hey, maybe let me try and find that. Where is that? Hang on. It's in. There it goes. It will be in which folder? I think, is this it? No. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Look at this folder. Fine. Is it World Shapers or The Flood? Do you think that World Shapers or Voyager? My mind is on Voyager. Hang on. I'm going through the pages, seeing what's in this one. Yeah, we go. Fine, let me pull this up. Oh man, I love John Ridgway's artwork. It is so freaking gorgeous. Hang on, getting there. Scrolling through lots of pages. Oh. Okay, now we're getting close. Here it is. I'll open the 3-page sequence. I mean, just so you get to see the how it breaks down. Yeah, again, this is something that's long been talked about in comic books. Doctor Who comics. Doink. So this is Frobisher. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing Frobisher. And they're caught in this like intense weird house thing. And so they do this thing that that sends time flowing backwards through the TARDIS. Right, so and Frobisher's like devolving at the same time. But look at this, I love this. It goes from Colin Baker to Peter Davison to Tom Baker to John Pertwee, Patrick Troughton. A perfect rendition, and then great epilogue page, right? Oh, gorgeous, freaking gorgeous, right? So I mean, like. I remember, what was it? During one of the before the Rusty Davies Time War, there was another Time War in the BBC books, I think, and they had this like weapon that a Time War would run right at their enemy, and they would keep regenerating, and the regenerating was charging up the weapon that explodes as it got there. So it goes staggering to the darkness. Finding mystery of his degeneration, who has done this to him, how and why, and from Earth to the stars, across the array of the familiar times and places, he follows the clues, retraces the steps, encounters old friends and enemies. It's the 5 Doctors. Everyone's in it. It's fun. Shut up. Leave it alone. Enjoy yourself, mate. Tumbling through his lives, the Doctor must stop his degeneration before he loses it completely, and by the end of episode 7, essentially. Episode 8 will tell us something. It will give us some kind of spoiler to the shooty Gatwa, whatever's going on there. Rob said Rob says. That's Robert Vanna. It's incredibly exciting kicking off the 60th anniversary celebrations of Big Finish. Hey, I'm sure excited. The wider context of this being Doctor Who's Diamond Jubilee, the party begins here. It really kind of does. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to this. We find the Doctor and in the most chaotic situation imaginable. He's been blasted by some sort of degeneration weapon. Meanwhile, the meddling monk has a price on his head. Sarah Jane Smith and Kid Kate Stewart Osgood are being menaced by an alien, a belligerent alien race with plans to revive their former glory. Okay, relive their glory days, I should say. This adventure, in this adventure, you'll get revisit one or two familiar locations of the Doctor's past and a lot of old faces. Writing for Tom Baker's False Incarnation. It's the most fun I've ever had on Doctor Who. That's what it is. Okay, this sounds like it's going to be fun. And having him reunite with Sarah Jane Smith and meeting the 21st Century Unit, was it like, what's that? I just fell asleep. Kate Lethbridge was talking. If you're a fan of, I am, of the monk as played by Rufus Hound, he's up to a lot of no good in this one. I like Rufus Hound's monk. I like it a lot. Matt adds, this is full-on celebration of 60 years. Throwing together friends, commanders, and enemies, different Doctors, and paying tribute to some degree to every single era of the show. It's lovely to see these connections, and of course have a classic Doctor Who represented in Sarah Jane tying in with modern unit. That's always fun to do. We're only at the beginning of the adventure. So we're just starting to figure out what's going on. There are many more secrets and mysteries to be uncovered. Rob concludes, Past Lives is very much an opening chapter to the Once and Future saga. It kicks off the mystery of who or what is behind the Doctor's predicament. Fortunately, because I script edited the climactic story of the sequence, I know where it's all leading to, which was a big help writing this one. Well, I'm sure it was. All I can say is really... is that all I can say though really is that it's as big as Big Finish gets. That's definitely the vibe I get. You know, I think I got the trailer. Let's have a look at the trailer. So much stuff here. Too much stuff here. Did I get rid of it? Oh, there it is. Good. Doink.
Finish Productions.
No! It's wrong! It's all gone wrong!
Doctor Who, Once and Future, Past Lives.
I think it's the Doctor, sir.
Help me! We have to stop it! I must fight it. I must resist!
Yeah, Stephen. I do like Stephen Lewis' first Doctor. Lightning gets the thunder. Rabbi streams are always an LSD strip. Well, I do what I can to entertain you. One good thing about what says Woodhouse 122 is about Jinx casting. Bold Strike has returned. Yes, he has. That is an epic video. I honestly, I think it's too early to say it's the worst ever, but it's a great video.
Right, first things first. What's the current situation, Doctor? Short-term memory scrambled. TARDIS bruised and reproachful. Regeneration cycle all over the place.
I say, Sarah Jane Smith! You look lost.
Oh.
So what year is this set in? I don't know. Okay, it's like to have Sarah Jane Smith with Osgood and Kate.
Oh, it's you.
Hello there.
Doctor.
Kate Lethbridge, how wonderful.
Hello, Dr. Petronella Osgood, at your service.
You might say I'm revisiting a past life.
Doctor, how far back do you go?
I'm suffering from the effects of some sort of degeneration weapon.
Finally, our time has come.
I mean, again, it's all about finding the right context to put, fan wankiness. Really, and I think this works quite nicely, quite frankly.
We've drawn attention to ourselves.
On the cannons! Shoot that thing out of the sky!
It's coming right for us, isn't it?
Yes, at quite considerable speed.
Perhaps we should.
It's too late.
God, like, really, is there a line she can deliver with urgency?
Big finish for the love of stories.
Okay, Tom, you took me back. I'm back on board again. So yeah, that comes out. For me, I think it's going to be a recommend, right? I think that sounds like it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. I think there's going to be a recommend. Can that be said of our next thing we're going to be talking about? Hang on. Share screen. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I didn't hate this as much as everybody else did, right? Maybe I'm slow. And I don't want to be influenced into hating it, right? But like, I didn't hate this as much as everybody else did. There was something in it that felt intrinsically wrong, and it took me a few days to work it out what it is, which we're going to talk about. But look, generally speaking, I found this season of Mando to be very enjoyable, right? Including much of this episode. So maybe I just like it. I don't know what to tell you. So it starts off where there's a bunch of Mandalorians that were under Bo-Katan's command who are now who are now mercenaries, right? So it starts off, you've got this like clearly aquatic type spaceship flying along, and the captain's in a swimming around, go blip, 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 and there's an Imperial ship, and they hail them. And again, I like the tube goes down, and she's like, the water drains away, so she's sitting in a chair like a captain. There you go. And these Mandalorians, they said, yeah, listen, you're transporting somebody. We're here to get him. You better just give him up, or we'll kill you all. Okay. And he's like, no, my love. He's like, don't let him go. I can't. I love you. No. And he's some nobleman's son or something. He said, no, you got to go. They're going to kill everyone. They have a weird, fishy, tentacly kiss. But really, I'm kind of like, who gives a shit? But whatever. The Mandalorian's going to take him off. Guns for hire. Dun, dun, dun. So we got Bo-Katan flying with Grogu and R5 and Mando to recruit her old people back again. And they come to the planet of the losers, planet of the indigent losers, where the Mandos are staying, right? And they go there, and there's a robot says, well, you have to go this way. Your presence is required. They get a monorail thing, and they arrive where they're going, and they go in, and it's a weird, opulent, feckless party of losers, right? And these people have meaningless lives and do nothing all day other than sit around and eat and get high, apparently, from secretions. So apparently these two are deeply in love. This is Lizzo and Jack Black. It's what you would expect, really, quite frankly. Now, I didn't really know anything about Lizzo, right? I didn't realize she was the awful obese woman who played the priceless crystal flute. She seems like rather uncouth, and like she has her she's doing well to flout heteronormative ideas of beauty, I guess. But Baby Yoda loves her, right? And hangs out a bit, and they say, look, we need your help with something. They can't get the Mandalorians to do this thing because they're internal politics, and it's a really dumb setup, but they need them to go and find out why these robots are malfunctioning, right? And killing everybody, right? So, and so that's what they do. So they talk them into it and say, okay, but first you got to go and check with robot control. And in there is weirdly, it's Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd shows them how this robot goes crazy, another one goes crazy. These are ex-Imperial droids, right? And he's like, they're all going crazy. We don't know why. So, do we have a list of droids they could be? He said, well, then you got to go ask the Ugnaughts. This is by far the best bit of the episode, right? Because it flashes back to the first season, which I thought was fantastic. I love the Ugnaught in the first episode. So he goes down, the Ugnaughts I just ignore them, right? And so eventually he speaks their language. He says, I am Jin Jarin, friend of Ugnaught Flong, whatever his name is. I am a good friend of him. I will speak to you, get information. I have spoken, right? And so the Ugnaughts, it's a good meeting with the Ugnaughts where he says, look, these droids are malfunctioning, and the Ugnaught completely closes up and says, no, Ugnaught work in this. No, of course we understand Ugnaught work is the finest in the galaxy, and he basically just says the right thing, and eventually they give him a list of the droids they're looking for. Okay, so they go to the loaders, and there's a bunch of Clone Wars era droids loading stuff. I guess this is where they ended up, right? Again, but this is creating a society of complete worthless indigents, right? These are the worst people ever. So he's starts kicking over the droids to see which one will act up, and they find him, and they fly. I mean, would he have acted up if they didn't kick him over? I don't know, but quite a good chase sequence. Through this completely awful indolent society, Bo-Katan being cool, but gunning him down, right? So then they end up in a droid bar, and it's the inverse of the scene in the 77 Star Wars, New Hope. Hey, we don't serve your kind in here. And they're they don't want humans in there, right? It's it really is the inverse of that scene. Anyway, they get the help to track down where these droids came from, reasonably good detective work. So it comes from this batch of droids. Again, look, everybody's fat on this planet, right? It comes from this batch of droids that was somehow selected to malfunction, and then you have once see the Imperial interrogator droid that used to be black, now it's white. That goes crazy, starts firing at them. Again, good scene, right? Good scene. Din Djarin takes it out with the Darksaber, a little bit of Darksaber action. And they find this was all ordered by Christopher Lloyd. I got to go and eat some cream pies now. And Christopher Lloyd's like, yes, I did it. All you people are too indolent. No, I'm going to deactivate you. And then they stop it. Meanwhile, they back to Lizzo being, again, the worst people in humanity, right? Says, we called him. And he's like, I just felt bad. Says, well, now you're exiled to the moon of shithole. Oh, no, don't make me go to shithole. Fine, now you can go to the Mandos. Take Baby Yoda with you. Whee! Off you go. Dun, da, da, da. So now I meet the Mandos, and they're saying, fuck you, bitch. We threw you off. Who were? We beat you off. Who were? Says, I challenge thee for Mando command. Good Mando fight, right? Again, people are saying, oh no, Kenny Sackhoff is always Bo-Katan. I think everything gets saved by Katie Sackhoff being hot, right? By them sexualizing her armor to a certain extent, right? To feminizing her. I think everything works because of that, and only because of that, right? I think that's Trey's important, right? Epcot World, the planet of the losers. It really is, as was it Chronos Godwisen? By the way, if you're on Rumble, hit the subscribe button, baby. We like that subscribe button. Anyway, so I like the Mando fight, right? And goes on for a while. Eventually she wins. Dun, da, da, da. And he's like, yeah, but you should be fighting Din Djarin, right? Yeah, he's got the dark saber. You're nothing without the dark saber, right? So at that point, the most predictable thing happens ever. So in the earlier episode, when he went to the mines of Mandalore, he lost the dark saber to the weird hybrid thing, and ended up, and it was taken up by Bo-Katan to defeat it, right? So then Din Djarin says, "Well, by right it is hers, right? She should wield the dark saber because the thing I just told you about, right? It's all yours, baby." And I said, "Wow, that's really cool." And boom, out comes the dark saber, and I think she's kind of hot. That makes it all okay in my mind. I'm sorry, it just does. It makes it all okay. We get the Ralph McGuire script. I mean, look, Jon Favreau, you're not impressing anyone with these scripts, mate. I have to tell you. Yeah, Epcot, the planet of the losers. It really is the planet of the losers. And okay, droids and whatever. Would you like a secretion? And there's and they're all shit. But look, generally speaking, other than it being Planet of the Losers, I thought it was quite good, right? I thought it was quite good. You know, I did not really have a beef with it, right? Most people hated it. Yeah, I have to tell you, I really genuinely did not hate it, right? It's yeah. What's the next thing I wanted to get to? Where is it? Hang on, I'm closing windows, left, right. No, not that one. Close that one. Oh, I've got too many things open. Was it over here? No. Oh yes, we'll go over here. Doink. Do the bookmarks. So I did bookmark a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, check this out. This is really cool. This happened today. This is at the Wailing Wall. This is the holiest site in Judaism. This is the last remaining wall of the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. Hang on a second. So this happens on Passover. During if you're in Israel, you what was it? During the days of the festival of Passover, and on when is it? Mondays. During the days of Passover, basically every day, there's a thing called the priestly blessing, which is really kind of funky. But they do like this huge one at the Wailing Wall. You know, actually, should I just download it? I'll download it. It'll be easier to see. They do this huge one at the Wailing Wall where it's and it's the first day of this, when the festival is the festival. The part of Passover where you can't work is over throughout the world. Wait, Twitter video downloader. Doink. Grab that. Doink. Doink. Second, save video as. Fine, share screen. It's only a 4-second clip. It's like, hang on, video file. There you go. Yeah, man, it's a big crowd they got going there. Yeah, so all these are priests, I reckon. Fine. First curio. Oh, no. Cancel. Remove. Doink. Okay, let's go back. Yeah. I mean, like, I've been saying that I have high hopes for the Acolyte. They're dwindling by the second, right? They are dwindling by the second. I mean, much more so than for Doctor Who. Yeah. Here's the stars of it talking about it. And again, it doesn't fill you with intense confidence.
a battle for power. I mean, the best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on, truly. You know what I mean?
No. The whole thing's about the battle for good and evil, right? You have the Jedi, which are good, and the Sith, which are evil, right? It's all about a very broad light and darkness war on good and evil, right? That's exactly. That's exactly what Star Wars is.
You can look at any angle and see yourself relayed through all the characters, Darth to Luke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. If you see a character related through Darth Vader, you're a bad person, right? Mando finished. This is about her now. I agree with you, Mark the Vicar. I kind of like that. All Jews are farting anyway. That is true.
But
yeah, I mean, that's just like, what? No. Star Wars is like Star Trek, much less so. Is much more ambiguous, but Star Wars is a very broad light and darkness struggle. Very like it's literally what it is. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Fine, I think. Oh, yeah, this is a fun little thing. Let me just download this. Oh, it's a GIF. Yeah, I guess can I download a GIF? I never tried to do that. Let's see if that works. Oh, got a bug flying in front of my face. Go away. Yeah, that actually worked. I didn't think it would. There's a nice little sepia tone memory. Hang on. Video file. This must be from Longleat. I mean, like, there's no audio on it. Yeah, I just like the oldie woldy con feeling, right? It's just nice, baby, nice. Fine, I think with that, I'm going to wrap up. I will be back on tomorrow night. I'm not sure how long I'll be on for, but I'll be back on tomorrow night to talk about whatever atrocities are going on in the world today. Pre-recorded on Tuesday because that's another Jewish holiday, but that's the last one for a while, baby. That's the last one for a while. Fine. With that, I will say happy Easter, one and all. Good night, and may your God walk with you.